Hi, I'm going to do a reading of Your Path Through the Enchanted Forest. And Lunaea Weatherstone is the writer, and Meraylah Allwood is the illustrator. Meraylah Allwood is a renowned miniature artist, and she's part of the Royal Miniature Society. They have annual exhibits in London if you're there. She lives in rural Suffolk, England. And the writer lives in Portland, Oregon, and has done other tarots, and her most well known is the Full Moon Dreams Tarot College Deck, which I'd like to get one of eventually. But each day we move into the forest as the deer. The fool, the white deer, walks into the forest not knowing what is in their present moment. So I already have a card here flipped up in the deck. The backs of the decks have these owls. Boop, boop. And here we have our first card for the present moment. It is a 10 of spells. So let's find out what happened to the fool. So 10 of spells. Almost there, don't click off. There we are. Oh, I have 3 of spells. I need to go to the back of the book is what's up. Here we're in the 10s. Okay. Ten of spells. In the bleak pre-dawn light, 7 sisters, princesses, make their way home after a night of dancing in the forest. While only one night has passed in the mortal world, it felt like many nights in the fairy realm where they were sorcelled. They danced until they could dance no more, yet still they danced on, caught in the merciless spell until the night was spent. Now the sisters are utterly depleted, almost in shock. All they care about now is finding their own beds, except for the youngest. She tries to turn back, reaching out in longing, but her sisters hold her fast and force her forward. Everyone's body's language speaks of profound exhaustion and regret. The enchantment is broken. This card signifies that your energy has been stretched far beyond your limits. The thing that gave you the most pleasure has become a burden. Your fire has burned out. Find your way back to safety and reevaluate your intentions before venturing out again. Meaning at a glance, exhaustion, burnout, disenchantment, regret, and hindsight, burdens too big to bear alone. A closer look, the sister's loosened hair symbolizes wantonness and reckless abandon. Okay? So, that's the present moment. Maybe somebody had a hard night. Y'all had some fun. and need to regroup. Got another card that's up. It's the Enchanters Wheel. Since these both flipped up for the present moment, I'm going to read the Enchanter's Wheel for the present moment. It didn't flip over just now. It flipped over sometime during the initial reading there, or the first shuffle. That's number 10. The Enchanter's Wheel. Many herbs and mushrooms, birds, all intertwined in this dreamcatcher style wheel. At the center of the forest, suspended between oaks and hollies, is a magical wheel woven by the enchanter himself. Suspended upon it are tokens of life and death, healing and poison, mystery and wisdom, time and timelessness. Every part of this spell weaving contributes to its power, just as all the experiences of our lives make up the whole. To set the wheel's enchantment in motion, speak these words. Yarrow, these are all herbs, I think. A lot of them are. Skullcap, foxglove, agrimony, vervian. The spell is sealed by magpie, which is a bird for Aries. Magic. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, egg, bone, claw, skull, and feather. Was the wheel made to conform, confront, confuse? Who knows? Wizards don't explain themselves. The Enchanter's Wheel is the great unknown, the thing we can't control or comprehend. They are what they are. Life must be engaged in all its complexity if any meaning is to be found in the journey. Very few boons come without their attending challenges, and vice versa. Sometimes there's only one magpie, but another will come in the proper time, changing your sorrow to joy. Meaning at a glance, the inevitability of change, greater mysteries, fates, fortunes, good luck, and bad luck. A closer look, the center is formed of plants that have healing, magical, and poisonous properties. Yarrow, magical protection. Skullcap, sleep and trance. Agrimony, fairy medicine. Foxglove, heart healing and poison. And vervian, antidote to poison. 7 magpies are present. Weather egg, feather, skull, or bird. So, one more time here. Let's do it again. Let's get these, let's get ourselves a card for the future. Future coming. Future is almost here. Okay, we need the wisdom of the forest. Wisdom of the forest. Wisdom, oh, there we are. We have the Weaver of Boons. Weaver of Boons. Okay, I need to look for the Boons in here. There we are. The Weaver of Boons. Short reading. Okay. The Weaver of Boons knows just what you need. This is our future reading. When you visit her cottage in the forest clearing, the aura of peace and plenty embrace you. This witch's magic is earth-centered. The virtue of plants, the secrets of stone, birds, and animals lore, the dance of the seasons. She treasures both the wildness of the woods and the beauty of her well-tended garden. She is the preserver, nurturer, and healer, feeling both body and spirit with feeding both body and spirit with motherly love. If this card does not represent a particular person, which I think it does, it can indicate the need for some common sense, an offering of comfort and care, or a monetary windfall. And then it says character traits, earthly sensuality, a merry nature, motherly, a generous heart, grounded in practicality, protective of the family and community. Shadow traits, smothering, takes too much upon herself, judges other people's lifestyles, insisting that she knows best. She probably does. That's the future card. Let's have a clarity card for that future. It's nice, nourishing, healing energy. I like it. Now, there we go. We have got 3 cards, but I'm going to only look at the one that was facing me. First, 8 of Spells. 8 of Spells. Spells in there. There we go. Spells. Eight of Spells. Parliament of Owls incoming. Zooming through the forest with sureness of purpose, they carry messages of magical portent. Some travel at the bidding of the enchanter himself, but anyone can ask an owl to carry a message. The owl will decide if it wants to or not. If you have been sent an owl before and don't heed its message, you may be left to your own devices from then on. Owls do not carry trivial missives. Crows are happy to do that. So when you see an owl headed your way, straighten up and prepare to receive it with respect. The appearance of an owl in a reading signifies news is on the way. It also means that the energy is increasing for any endeavor to which you apply your full will and intention. Things are speeding up and moving toward a positive conclusion or reward. Watch the skies. Meaning at a glance. News and incoming messages. Swiftness. Aiming toward a goal. A closer look, the Parliament has 2 tawny owls one little owl, one short-eared owl, two barn owls. The formal name for the short-eared owl is Aseo Flameus, which is also how you summon an owl. Aseo Flameus. Okay. And we have the Council of Animals was also one of the three that came out just a moment ago, which is 20. Roman numeral 20. The Council of Animals. A journey through the forest could have profound meaning or be utterly meaningless, depending on what you bring to it. Intentions count as much as actions. Devious successes are far worse than errors made in innocence. The Council of Animals convenes at fateful turning points to evaluate the traveler's progress and rule and judgment for the future. Each council animal has its own unique wisdom, insight, and perspective. Each is authentically itself, and it expects you to be too authentic. Don't ever think that you can fool the council or yourself. It is time for a reckoning. When you are called before the Council of Animals, it is a sign that you are ready to face some tough truths. Epiphanies are possible. You may begin to see a new purpose for your life. At the very least, you will come to know yourself better, toady warts and all. For more help from the council, see the spread on page 206. Meaning at a glance. I guess there's a spread you can do after you pull the judgment card. Judgment, assessment, self-awareness, forgiveness, atonement, enlightenment. A closer look, there are 12 animals on the council, and they change every 12th moon to allow for different points of view. When fish are on the council, the meetings take place in a sacred lake. So that's interesting. Judgment card. And 9 of Boons. It's our final card here. I'm not going to do a judgment reading. Maybe I'll do a judgment reading on another video. But let's look up the 9 of Boons. I'm getting a little better at finding things fast. Here we go. 9 of Boons. Tiny things live in the forest. Be careful where you step, and look sideways for glimpses of movement. You may spy something like this charming little nook inside of a tree stump, where a brownie has made her home. Brownies are social as a rule, but this tiny lady finds her happiness in living alone. While town brownies are known for making themselves useful in human homes in exchange for offerings of milk and porridge, or brownies this brownie prefers to tend her own home and I want a brownie and preserve her independence. So she moved to the forest, away from the gossip and curiosity and unwanted suitors. Here, she can have everything just so, with no interference. Her companion is a hummingbird, hawk moth, with whom she shares a love of periwinkles and sweet berries. This card is about home as sanctuary, the place where you gather your strength. Some of your most contented moments are when you are alone in your own nest. There are sacrifices in choosing to be solitary and alone. Loneliness can be the price paid for freedom. It takes a strong character to find a healthy balance between solitude and society. Meaning at a glance, independence, happiness is in solitude, domestic prosperity, taking care of yourself. A closer look, brownies are very fond of brooms. Leave a tiny broom in the corner of your home if you want their help. or leave one in the woods for a forest brownie. All right. So, I'll let you rewind that if you've forgotten any of that information. I'm not going to recap. It's getting a little long. I hope y'all have a great day. And, buy that tarot deck if you love it, because I think this is probably one of the most beautiful nature explanations of the tarot. And I just love it. So, okay. Weaver of Challenges fell out. Weaver of Challenges. The Forge. We've got a few the Tower, the Folly. Those are for someone, but take it or leave it. Here we go.